Hi dears, I'm back. So we have to talk about the subtest of the Ielts, and that is the reading subtest. The reading subtest is the subtest the students are fearful of. The students, they take this part, oh my god, fearful. And of course, they think this is a horrible part of Ielts. The reason is that they have to read and they have to go through the maximum number of words, around about 2,800 words they have to go through. And after reading 2,800 words, they have to answer 40 questions. So this is some challenging task. But in this video, we will talk about some things and some aspects that make this task easier. So first, let's take a look, or first let's talk about the reading pattern, the subtask reading pattern. So primarily 40 questions are given to you and you have 60 minutes. So the notable thing, the thing that you have to keep in your mind is no transfer time is given on reading. So listening, there was a transfer time of 10 minutes when you have to transfer your answers. But on reading, you have to transfer your answers, but you're not given 10 minutes. So you have to manage the reading within the same 60 minutes. This is to, obviously, of course, this is to be kept in your mind that you don't have the time to transfer your answers. So let's talk about the 40 questions. These 40 questions of the reading, they are divided into 3 sections for general reading and 3 passages for academic reading. So what is the main difference? Passages, they are prolonged. Sections, they are shorter. So for the general training Ielts, for the general training reading, so it's easier to tackle all the stuff. But for the academic training reading, this is some fight. You have to face it with a stout heart. So of course, when you talk about the division of the 40 questions, after section number 1, we have question number 1 to 14. After passage number 1, we have question number 1 to 14. After section number 2, we have question number 15 to 27. After passage number 2, we have question number 1 to 15 to 27. So after section number 3, we have question number 28 to 40. After passage number 3, we have question number 28 to 40. So this is how 40 questions are divided. So one thing that you have to keep in your mind, the type of the questions, they are same for both formats. So as far as your general reading is concerned, it's a bit juvenile sort of reading. It's a simple reading. So when you talk about academic, here you have to take it very seriously. You can't ignore it. You can't be lethargic while you're attempting it. So otherwise, it's going to create a huge problem for you. But the reading is really, for me, I would say, when I teach my students, I just always give a statement that the reading is the easiest part. If you study this part in a sequential way, if you have a sequence, for example, so 8 to 9 types, they are common on the reading. MCQs, short answer questions, labeling diagram, list of heading, list of word, and yes or no given, classification, matching. These are 8 to 9 types of the questions which are common on the test. So if we specialize on these 8 to 9 questions, 8 to 9 type of questions, so actually when you talk about the medium, when you talk about the material, nobody knows where from they're going to get the material, or where from they're going to have the medium of the test. But one thing is sure, from wherever they have the material, the type of questions, they are same. So you have to specialize part by part. You have to understand the part 1, you have to understand the part 2, you have to specialize in MCQs, you have to specialize in a list of headings, you have to specialize in a list of words, you have to specialize in MCQs. So after specialization, so once you go back on the final subtest, it makes your task pretty easier. So one more thing, the students, they talk about, let's say, they don't have the great vocabulary, so they can't be a very good Ielts maker. So this is completely a wrong statement. the reading, if you don't have the superb vocabulary, it doesn't make any difference because you have to understand the sense of the complete paragraph or the lines. You don't have to understand the meaning of the word. So if you're a bit weaker on the vocabulary, even then you can go for the reading. That's for sure. Thank you.